Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night. That means that I'm in my garage. Anthony is stuffed in a corner of the spare room. He's made room for his legs underneath the desk, cleared a little area for himself, and it's time for another episode of Reliving the Lights, a Friday Night Lights rewatch podcast. I am one of your hosts, Josh Kuipers.
I'm the other host. I'm Anthony Hookman.
And we are back once again to talk for Friday Night Lights. I'm not going to have to set up a space heater in the garage. It's a nice 60 degrees outside right now. It's feeling good. So you should be expecting some high quality episodes, at least on my end.
And Josh, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this, although maybe not really, because by the time this episode is live, this will be old news. But our very own Platte Geddes Black Panthers won a playoff game tonight against Viborg Hurley. They're going to state,
going to the dome, the Dakota Dome. I guess that doesn't make sense for our wide audience, but yes, the one domed stadium in South Dakota.
It's in this crap hole called Vermilion. It sucks, but it's the best that South Dakota has.
You're right. Way to go, Platte, Geddes. We got Dakota Christian with us now too.
I think, well, when I was watching the stream, I watched the last 5 minutes because I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, they're playing tonight, and I caught just the very end. Whoever was doing commentary, I don't know if it was a Platte person or just a random person, because it's on Black Panthers Live.
Yep.
They just said Platte Geddes Black Panthers because I had wondered the same. So I'm going with that for now.
Nice. Yeah. Back in our day, just the good old Platte Black Panthers.
Just the Platte Black Panthers, yeah.
We're taking some less fortunate souls under our wings.
Hey, you know what? It could be worse. At least we're not teaming with Gregory.
Yeah. Yeah, we could be one of those red teams or
Gross.
Yeah, congratulations to the Platte Black Panthers. Pretty phenomenal. My old boss, when I worked construction, Bruce Hansen, took the team over, whipped it into shape, and they went from complete losers to going to state literally in 1 year.
They went from pretenders to contenders, no question about it.
So yeah, we're a couple of proud small town guys tonight. Way to go. We're gonna talk. Boy, I don't even know what this episode is about. Hold on. I got to review quick.
Well, I've got a Movie Dude 1 synopsis here.
Okay. Yeah, so I accidentally got ahead, and so I haven't watched the episode for a week, so you're going to have to remind me. We'll get to that in a second.
I also watched this episode a week ago because my brother unexpectedly came to town, kind of a last minute thing. So we called off last week's recording and pushed it this week. So I am also, this one's not, I think I actually watched it on Wednesday of last week. So it's, potentially even less clear in my memory.
Well, I guess we'll be leaning pretty heavily on Movie Dude 1 here. God help us to refresh our memories. But yeah, we'll get into it in just a second. But I'm curious as to what you're drinking this week, Anthony.
Yeah, Josh. Well, still on my diet. I'm down, I think 12 pounds or something like that.
Jeez.
So on the way, I reached my peak was 256 since I bought the scale. So I bought a scale. I was 256. As of this morning, I was 245, so about 11 pounds.
Yeah, buddy.
I just realized that maybe this is a dumb thing to admit, but I am not a soda drinker. I just don't drink pop. So we had a case of Diet Coke in the fridge that we had received from some friends, and I didn't realize that Diet Coke also has 0 calories.
Yeah, man.
I knew being a diet soda that it was
less.
No calorie, 0. But it is 0. So I've got the old Morgan and Diet Coke.
That's beautiful. Yes. Right on. Yeah, no, that is why I am heavily addicted to diet sodas, and I'm probably going to have kidney stones and stuff or some sort of weird cancer at some point in my life because I drink way too many artificial sweeteners, but it's 0 calories. So the consequences do not affect me right now. So I'm fine with it.
That's a problem for future Josh.
Yeah, exactly. Not going to worry about that.
What do you got on your end over there?
I have got I don't know how to say the name of this brewery. Maybe you can help me out. It's the Deschutes.
Deschutes, yep.
Yeah, Deschutes Brewery. I have got
Oregon, right?
Fresh Haze IPA. I do not know. I thought it was closer to here. It is Bend, Oregon. Yep. Yeah, good beer. Hazy IPA.
Nice. Yeah, I really like Deschutes. They make a lot of very tasty beers. And I really, I miss beer. But you know what? When I get down to maybe a Target weight or at least close to it, I'll start treating myself again. But
let me tell you, man, Michelob Light Ultra, 2.5 carbs or something like that, and like 90 calories. So
it's not bad. All right,
we'll see how desperate.
I have like a Bud Select 55. I could probably drink.
Yep. Those are good.
Calories.
I mean, good is relative.
Right.
Yeah.
The first beer that I drank that I didn't hate was the original Budweiser Select. So that was before they named it Bud Select 55. So
yeah,
I've got a bit of an affinity for Budweiser Select.
There you go.
We'll have to look into that. I had to laugh because a moment ago when I asked you what you were drinking on your end. So friend of the show and listener of the show, currently quarantined at home with COVID-19. She snapped me earlier today. Shelby, formerly Steele, now Hickman.
Okay.
She was talking to me a few weeks ago during one of the debates, because she's apparently a big politics person now, which we disagree. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
But so she was snapping me. She's like, I can't believe you're not watching the debate. And I was like, why on God's earth would I watch the debate? Like, I know what decision I'm making, et cetera. But she was, we were talking about COVID at the time, which is ironic because now she has it. But she was like, I was like, listen, like, I'm shocked at your way of life because you're a nurse, but also like, I was like, I literally like never leave our apartment. Like, I don't go anywhere. Like, I go grocery shopping like every now and then, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, except for going to Josh Kuiper's house to record the podcast. I was like, no, we do that over. Like, you think I'm driving an hour and a half, like once a week, just to go record a podcast?
Wow. It's the miracle of technology, folks. Believe it or not. I guess we never have released any like video clips or anything. Have we?
We haven't. No, yeah.
That's fine. I don't know that people need that.
Yeah. Maybe sometimes it'd be better than others, but I think for the most part, there'd be a lot of duds.
I still love the video clip I have of you just paging through the Plaid Enterprise on camera. That needs to be saved, but
yeah.
No, we are a good many miles apart, several hours, but that won't stop us from talking Panther football.
That's
tonight.
Correct.
So let's get into it. What do we have from Movie Dude 1? I don't even have the title of the episode up, so you better fill us in.
Yeah, so the title of the episode, Josh, is Seeing Other People.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a synopsis from Movie Dude 1, and here it is. Tami manages to alienate her husband and her daughter. Smash manages to alienate a prospective teammate while on a college visit. Matt manages to alienate the young lady who cares for his grandmother and the girl from school who is sweet on him. After alienating the team, Tim still finds himself trying to get back on the team, which, embarrassingly, lost their last game. Landry agrees to meet the brother of the man he killed for Tyra, who originally agreed to meet the man who wanted to make amends for his brother. What?
Oh, boy.
Landry agrees to meet the brother of the man he killed for Tyra, who originally agreed to meet the man who wanted to make amends for his brother. Movie Dude 1, I gotta say, I really, in my mind, before that last sentence was like, this is a good one. For Movie Dude 1, that was on pace for a 10, and he just took a dive in that last sentence.
Yeah, he lost his continuity and parallels there on the last one, and also just completely lost sense and logic, and boy, really fell off the cliff there. Let's go ahead and count how many times the word alienate is used. 1, 2. Well, why don't you read it again, and I'll keep a count.
Okay. Tami manages to alienate her
1.
husband and her daughter. Smash manages to alienate a
2.
prospective teammate while on a college visit. Matt manages to alienate the young
3.
lady who cares for his grandmother and the girl from school who was sweet on him. After alienating the team,
4.
Tim still finds himself trying to get back on the team, which embarrassingly lost their last game. Landry agrees to meet the brother of the man he killed for Tyra, who originally agreed to meet the man who wanted to make amends for his brother.
Okay. Well, alienating 4 times. You liked that, huh? You were going to give him a 10 for that.
Listen, I could tell what he was going for, and
Yes.
like the parallels thing, maybe not a 10, but like an A for effort.
Yeah.
Like,
and he was doing it correctly for the most part.
For Movie Dude 1, it was very good. Like, outstanding.
Oh, man.
So I just realized after reading that through that last sentence the third time what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
It took me 3 reads through to realize that he was when he said who originally agreed to meet the man who wanted to make amends for brother, he was referring to Tyra. But the way that he wrote it was an absolute mess.
Yeah, there were some misplaced modifiers in there, and it was very unclear. The structure was very unclear. We did a little Movie Dude 1 reconnaissance since we last recorded.
Yes.
This guy apparently lives in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, not far from us.
Spitting distance from us. Well, maybe a little more than that. But yeah, when we got lots of friends up there. So we seriously, if you know of any way of us getting into contact with Movie Dude 1, like if you're a better internet creep than we are,
Luth,
I feel like we're good, and we've talked about how good we are.
Yes. I don't think some of those clips have made the final episodes.
I edited a good 20 minutes out of them today for the episode that was released, which is a very good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I think it is not unreasonable that we can track this guy down. He has no email associated with his IMDb account, so that's a dead end. I don't know how to contact somebody directly on IMDb. I can't figure out a way to do it except to post in the message boards and hope he sees it. So we might have to try that. So the title of this episode is Seeing Other People, and he goes through that, all the alienating. Do you think that's actually intentional? He picked up on this theme of the episode of seeing other people, and that's why he's tying in this person's alienating this person's alienating this person. Maybe Movie Dude 1 is on a different level.
I don't want to give him too much credit.
That's fair.
Because, I mean, we've read his many of his ratings. I mean, we're 30 episodes into the show now, and he's rated 25 at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, so what are we going to end on here? Because he almost got a high rating, but
the
wheels fell off.
I got to give him still a 7 for effort, especially now that I know where he was going with that last sentence. I would have knocked him down to a 4 if that was still confusing to me, and it is still a mess. But
yeah, you put it.
I think
together.
I think a 7 is fair.
All right. You're so close, Movie Dude 1. We're rooting for you at this point. We want to see you succeed. We're getting a little doubtful, but we want to see you succeed. All right. So this episode originally aired November 30 of 2007. Let's hop right into it. We start this episode off with football, which is great. Great to see. We love to see a little football every now and again on old Friday Night Lights. The Panthers' defense is not good, is basically what you need to know about this game.
Yeah. The game, I believe, ends at 37-0. The Panthers just are not putting up points. Oof. They're not stopping points.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Is this his first game back, or has he had a game?
No, he had one game that Tim missed, right? And he was still mad about, Yep, you're right. Tammy's sister, Shelly, says to Tami in the crowd, "Someone's not getting laid tonight."
Shelly tells it like it is.
They both observe Julie and Noah from a distance.
Yeah.
Tami admits that she does not like their, I don't want to use the word relationship, but their relationship with
their interactions.
Yeah, their interactions. So.
Yeah, and she is correct in not being okay with it. That is called being a good mother.
Yes.
And a good educator, which she also is. So that's good. So the Panthers get absolutely rolled. And then we see Smash in the locker room, like admiring himself in the mirror and like talking himself up.
Yeah, coach kind of gives an upset speech. He's clearly upset with the team, upset with the performance.
Yeah.
And everybody in the locker room is pretty deflated, except for Smash, who is on one. Yeah, he's no change in attitude. He is still Smash.
The other players are not happy with this, but he's pumped. The reason he's in such a good mood is because he's going on a recruiting trip to McNair State, where, quote, your cup's never empty and the girls never say no. It's going to be like Cabo in my pants. Which you've been to Cabo.
Yeah.
I've been to Cabo. It's a good time.
Yeah, it is a good time.
Don't know that I need it directly in my pants, but.
No. No. But
we went to the chill Cabo though. We went to like I can't remember. There's Cabo San Lucas, which is the party Cabo, and we went to the old person's Cabo. That's like 10 miles down the road.
Yeah, that's I think San Juan, Cabo San Juan.
There you go. Yep. Yep. So
yeah, we did it right because we stayed in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably like, King's Inn level, maybe a little bit nicer than the King's Inn. Uh-huh. It was dirt cheap. I'm not even sure how much we paid per night, but it was very cheap. Yeah. And the location was like, we were less than 10 blocks from like the strip.
Yeah.
So like it was awesome.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Kind of got to experience like the real Mexico while also getting to experience like the tourist Mexico.
Yeah, both best of both words. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming Smash wants the tourist Mexico in his pants, but and the Cabo San Lucas in his pants, not the San Juan version. But Saracen and Lauren are making out again. But then he kind of shuts things down a little bit.
She invites him inside and he kind of makes an excuse about how he has to get home to grandma. She gets nervous if I don't come home or something along those lines.
Yeah. I don't think he's worried about grandma.
No, he is not. He makes that very clear to the audience as soon as he gets home, because he gets home to Carlota and puts on the moves, but Carlota kind of shuts him down.
Yeah. She says they're not going to talk about it or even think about it again. Matt's making a move, though, was saying, you spill some spices there. That's what he thought would get things heated up. Nope, nothing happens. So, yeah, Matt turned down Lauren just to go home and get shut down by Carlota. So
hate to see it.
Smash is heading out to McNair State. Mama Smash gives him a little lecture about representing the family and
yeah, she's not necessarily approving of the school. She wants him to go to I don't remember what the other school's name was. Howard. Like yep.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
It was a fake historically black university.
Correct. I believe Howard is a real historically black university. So not that's why I said I don't. That's why I was like, I think it might be, but I don't think it's right. Yeah, she wants him to go to a fictional historical black college, which has last year they won like 2 games.
All right. Yes.
Something like that. And he wants to play football. He wants to get a big scholarship and get seen by the pros and go pro. And he wants to also have that college experience, which I can relate to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I had that college experience about 6 years later than most.
Right. But the college experience where your cup's never empty and the girls never say no and it's Cabo in your pants.
Correct.
That experience. Yeah. So Mom Smash giving him a pretty stern warning, pretty stern lecture about representing their family well while he's on that trip. Our buddy Tim goes to Tami for help getting back on the team. He wants to see if she can maybe do something with Coach.
She wants Tami to maybe put a little bug in his ear, put in a good word for him and get him back on the team, or hopefully convince him to get back on the team.
Yep. The principal comes into class where Tyra is, pulls her out, which seems weird to me that this needed to be done in the middle of a school day during class, but the sheriff or whatever is there, and her attacker's brother wants to make amends with some of his brother's victims. Movie dude one, that was a little, I wasn't sure exactly how to word that. I get you. Yeah. That was a little tough. So the brother of her attacker wants to meet with her, basically. And so they pulled her out of class and had the sheriff there to let her know this.
And worth noting, on the Tyra's hair length watch, Tyra's hair is even shorter this week than it was last week.
Huh.
For folks, we're on pace for a bald Tyra within about 3 or 4 episodes.
By the season finale, it's going to be gone.
In Tami's office, Glenn's in there. They're eating lunch, yucking it up.
Yeah. Glenn is just kicking back on her couch. He's eating just a nasty burger. He's made himself at home very much. And Coach comes in, and he's not real impressed with the situation. He's not real happy that Glenn is there.
We're seeing a little bit of jealousy out of Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because he walks in while Glenn is cleaning stain off of Tami's shirt, so it looks even a little bit more suggestive.
Right. And then Glenn proceeds to go ahead and give Coach some football advice about getting Tim Riggins back on the team, which Coach doesn't even like to get coaching advice from his assistant coaches. So definitely not from Glenn. Coach asks Glenn if he can talk to his wife alone for a few minutes, to which Glenn obliges. And they kind of get into it a little bit about Tim Riggins, and they're kind of going back and forth on that. And then Tami is pretty exasperated, and she just says she just needs a night out. She needs a night out. Coach gets pretty excited about
tries to make an inappropriate move.
Oh yeah, we'll have a night out. We'll drink some wine. And no, Tammy's talking about bunco with the other bunco night with the other teachers,
the faculty.
Yep. So not what Coach was thinking.
Smash is at his college visit. What was the name of the college again?
McNair State.
McNair State, named after the legendary Steve McNair.
That's what I assumed.
Legendary Tennessee Titan.
Did that dude? He killed himself.
I think that's Eddie George, wasn't it? Or was it McNair?
Did McNair kill somebody else?
I think it was.
I think you're right, though, with Eddie George.
Steve McNair is dead, so maybe it was him. So maybe, this was while he was still alive, though. So I was going to say maybe it wasn't named after him, but he was still alive. He died in 2009. So.
Oh, he was killed.
He was murdered. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it was still named after him, even if it was. Eddie George is still alive. So Eddie George looks like if Michael Jackson never would have gotten the skin disease, or allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Eddie George is a guy who is unbelievably bald. How do you get that bald? That's what I think of when I think of Eddie George.
That's a fair point.
I can't keep myself that bald. Anyway,
he's got some sort of he's got that rich. I'm sure that he started losing his hair, and he's like, "What's a way that I can lazily lose my hair? Like, can I just not have to shave it ever? None of it comes back."
He figured it out. I'd do it if I could at this point. So Smash is on his visit to McNair State.
Yes, Smash is in McNair State. Maybe or maybe not named after Steve McNair. May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Steve McNair.
Smash is fitting in.
He is. Although I'm not sure how this 17-year-old kid is fitting in with the 35-year-olds they have playing football at this college. These aren't just like grown men. They're like old men They're like you and me. Some of them, at least. But wow. I figured if they get like 28-year-olds to play high schoolers, they needed even older college students to, proportionally keep the age accurate. So anyway, Smash is liking it. He's jiving with the other teammates. Got a good vibe going on, and he meets Cottrell, and Cottrell is a big, scary football player.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No.
But he kind of reminded me of Forrest Whitaker's character in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, who is just like a don't mess with me kind of dude. So
no nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, no nonsense. Doesn't want any part of Smash's
smashness.
And we see a little bit more of that. Stay tuned. But back at Tim is Tim's new digs. He's hanging out. His roommate is hanging out in his underwear. Tim is clearly just bummed out by his entire situation right now.
Yeah, not great. But his roommate tries to pick him up a little bit, makes him a smoothie, and pours a lot of alcohol into that smoothie. Fruit smoothie. But yeah, a lot of alcohol. And he tells Tim that you don't know what you want because you haven't lived. They're going hunting tomorrow. He's going to show him how to live. I'm excited at this point. Give Tim Riggins a gun. Let's go.
I'm scared for Tim Riggins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly. And that's not going to change in these next 2 episodes.
Not at all.
But Julie returns Noah's book in the hallway. She's got Noah's copy of The World According to Garp.
Yep. I don't know what that is. Are you familiar with that?
I know that it's a classic novel. I always get it. This is embarrassing. I always get it confused. I think because I know it was a classic novel and it was made into a movie. And I was only familiar with the movie version up until about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I always got it confused with Waiting for Guffman, which I think is a very different movie. But I think it's because it's a G name that's unusual.
Oh,
in the
sure.
Title.
Guffman Garp. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, like Garp, it sounds like a comedy, but I understand it. I don't think it's a comedy. I think it's a
it's a comedy drama, it says on the Wikipedia. Played by Robin Williams. Garp. T.S.
I'll
Garp.
have to see if that's streaming anywhere and watch the movie version.
Yeah. But yes, she returns the book and she gives him apparently a huge favorite of the writing staff or the props guy or the soundtrack people of Friday Night Lights. She gives him a Jose Gonzalez album, which Jose Gonzalez has come up multiple times. Including the episode that released today, which I cut out about 20 minutes of us going listening to.
That's probably for the best.
Versions. Yeah. So Tami, I believe, happens to be walking by, and she looks in, sees this exchange between the two of them.
Gets that classic Tami concerned look on her face.
Yeah. Her eyes get real big. Yeah. She goes in, Julie leaves. She confronts the creepy teacher guy, Noah, about his creepiness, threatens to get him fired, not only get him fired, but have Coach beat him up and then get him thrown in prison.
She goes off.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, prior to this moment, I was kind of like, all right, this guy's kind of a creep, but does he have ulterior motives? But as soon as Tami lays into him and he gets really he goes into
defiant.
Super defiant mode. Like he, not only is he clearly some sort of predator, but he maybe has done this before. Like he seems to have a real handle on what he's doing.
Yeah. It is very uncomfortable. I feel if your motives are innocent, you react extremely apologetically.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry.
Yeah, sorry you took it this way.
Yeah, I completely understand. I'm done. It won't be a problem. Yeah. No, he's fighting for his right to get cozy with a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, not great.
Not good. He just looks like a creep too. Like he looks like a creep that would be a predator for 16-year-old girls. So as Tami is just completely ripping him, the door to the classroom is open, which another stupid, I shouldn't say another kind of, that was not smart. I feel like you close the door if you're gonna
tear in somebody
like that, but she didn't do that, and so a few students heard what was going on. A small
crowd gathers.
Yep. And we can already tell that it's gonna go like wildfire across the school. So yeah.
But meanwhile, Tyra and Landry are talking about the meeting with the rapist brother. And Landry offers to go in Tyra's place because Tyra isn't really sure how to go about this meeting.
Yeah.
So Landry steps up. Landry makes a lot of questionable calls, I think, in this episode and the next, which we'll obviously dive into. This kind of being the first really odd call, and the meeting itself, which we'll obviously dive into. Yeah, I don't understand Landry's mindset here, but he's gonna meet with the brother of the rapist.
Yeah. No, I've got some thoughts on his interaction with the brother of the rapist, but right here we see, I mean, Landry is taking the opportunity to be the knight in shining armor, right? Like,
right. I think that's his overall goal, but
yeah, which we're gonna. I think we need to stick by our theory that Landry is actually a creep. Not only is he a murderer, he's a creep who preys on vulnerable women.
I think so. Woman, I think so as well. And as of the recording of this, shout out to the Friday Night Lights subreddit, which I hopefully will have plugged the podcast in the Friday Night Lights subreddit. But somebody posted in the subreddit, there was a thread about Landry's creepiness in the overall situation with Tyra, which we've kind of discussed and I think we agree with.
Yeah. Coincidentally, we talked about on the episode that came out the week that the post happened.
I think maybe people are already listening to that Friday Night Lights subreddit, but
maybe we don't need to plug. But no, shout out to the Friday Night Lights subreddit. Great community over there. Would feel free to plug us on there so we don't have to plug ourselves.
Yeah, I just need to create a throwaway so I can't get doxxed on my regular Reddit account.
You should let the listeners of Reliving the Lights know what your code name is going to be, so that they can be in on it and they can see it when it's happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or some sort of clue.
I'll probably just create one that's like A. Hookman or something, and that'll be my throwaway because they know my name. If you're listening to the podcast, okay. You know my name is Anthony. So that's why I don't want to use my regular Reddit username. I don't think I've ever posted anything questionable in terms of comments, but
sure. I thought you wanted to go full like Kevin Durant and like alter. Make a completely separate person so you could talk yourself up and defend yourself to the haters and stuff like that.
I'm not that guy.
Gotcha.
Julie sees Matt macking on Lauren in the cafeteria. I believe Julie's talking to Lois. Is that Lois that she's talking
Lois.
To? Okay.
Yep. Lois keeps occurring and she'll come up in a couple episodes from now too. I remember at the beginning of this podcast, I was like, who is Lois? Like, we don't know who Lois is. I want to see Lois. Lois is actually like, she's around.
She's everywhere.
She usually says about 2 sentences if she shows up. And she's usually like, Julie is talking to Lois and then somebody else needs to talk to Julie. Something like that. But
so Lois tells Julie about, we're not sure if she was there and witnessed Tami going off, or if she has heard the rumor that about Tami going off on Noah, but Lois knows about it.
Yeah.
Lois is kind of, she's the gossip. She's the school gossip. We know what Lois's deal is.
And she lets Julie know that it's going around the school.
Yep. And Julie is pissed.
Yeah, she heads straight to Tami's office, barges in. I think there's a student in her office and everything, and she just starts cussing out Tami on the spot.
And I do want to mention, because I did put this in my notes, that Angie, my girlfriend, who has previously been a little bit wary of the Julie Taylor hate-o-meter, she said at this moment, she was like, I'm maybe starting to see why the Julie hate-o-meter exists. Which is hilarious, because I told her, I was like, we are nowhere near Julie's low points.
No. Oh, no. But apparently this is a turning point. This is, that's good to know. So make a note right here. Things have begun to turn.
Yes. Yeah. When Angie says it, the daughter of the coach herself says it. You know that things are going awry.
Yep. Angie, our canary in the coal mine when it comes to Julie Taylor hate-o-meter. But yeah, so they have a big blowout. Julie has a big blowout eruption at Tami, and probably doesn't help her case a whole lot with the gossip that's going around the school by adding to that. But not pretty. So Tim and his roommate, we see them next just sitting up in a tree stand, drinking with rifles, having a good time, just enjoying life up there.
And I gotta say, I feel like kind of an idiot, because I'm a South Dakotan and I've spent some time hunting myself. And right away I was like, what are they hunting? Because they use a call, and I thought that was like a duck call. But then I now realize that it was a like a deer beret or whatever the hell they call it. And because then he uses the antlers later. And I was like, duck call and antlers, and they're in a tree stand. So I just wanted to reveal my idiocy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't do it much anymore, but I am a hunter, used to deer hunt quite a bit. So I understood what was going on. I never really did the whole calling thing, but you know, I've messed around with some doe urine.
I wish I would have, and maybe I guess there's still time to get involved with a deer hunting or a goose hunting thing. I think I would be into goose hunting. I'm a pheasant hunting guy because it's a fast-paced deal. You know, you're always moving. So I always love pheasant hunting, which is, for those of you not aware, the Chinese ringneck pheasant is the state bird of South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
We have some very good pheasant hunting in our, arguably the best in the world in South Central South Dakota. So
it's what keeps us alive, keeps us afloat out there in central South Dakota there.
Big part of our hometown's economy. So I do love pheasant hunting. The last time I went was 2016, so I am a little bit behind it. By the time this episode airs, it'll probably be 2021. So it's been it's been about 4 hunting seasons since I've gone. So I do need to get out more, but I should try to get into deer or goose hunting. I think I would like either of those. So
yeah, and good goose hunting up your way, kind of, if you head over towards Watertown and all that.
I've got a buddy who is really into goose hunting, so I need to talk to him and be like, hey, let's get involved in this. I want to try it.
Goose hunting is fun if you go with someone who knows what they're doing. That can get them flying in and coming in low, and you can actually get some shots. If you don't know what you're doing, and like the goose are just flying a mile over your head, and it sucks. But yeah, if you can get them coming in, that's fun. But yeah, I really don't think that what Tim and his roommate are doing is really about the actual hunting.
No,
they're really kind of half-assing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I have the quote written down here. I don't know who said it, but I think it's Tim. Tim says, "I just feel free." So it's just about getting out there, drinking, being in nature.
That's what's up.
Yep. Smash is having a very different experience. He is
in the club,
at a club of some sort.
How he got in, I don't know.
It's McNair State, baby.
It is.
Cup's
McNair
always
State,
full.
Yeah.
In fact, his cup is full. Seems like the girls are not saying no in this situation.
It is Cabo in his pants.
Yes.
Make no mistake about it. We get a quick cut. We see Smash in the club with the ladies.
Yep.
And he's loving it. We get a quick cut to Matt, who is at home, kind of bummed out about his own situation. He's trying to figure out with Lauren, and he basically turned down Lauren in a prime situation, and Carlota turned him down in a prime situation. So he's not sure what to do. He's living with Carlota, so he's he's got to see her all day, every day.
She's right there.
So he's sitting at home, and he gets a phone call, and sure enough, it's Smash. And Smash is saying, Matt, McNair State, we're going. You are 1 or maybe 2 years younger than me, but like this is the school for us.
Yeah, right.
Matt Saracen, I don't think is staring any scholarships in the face.
I wouldn't think so.
From what appears to be a pretty high-ranking D1 school in McNair State.
Doesn't matter. He's a Smash. He can get what he wants.
Yeah. By the time that he's a sophomore or junior at McNair State, he can pull those strings and get Matty Saracen there. Matt Saracen, unfortunately, is not feeling it. He hangs up almost immediately.
Yeah. Smash even has one of the girls talk to him, right? Like, oh, are you mad? Are you as cute as Smash says? So Smash is already we love the Matt Smash bromance, and even so across the miles, Smash is trying to help out his brother Matty. Really, all Smash is ever concerned with for Matt is just girls for Matt, and that doesn't stop when they're apart. Apparently,
if you follow the Reliving the Lights page on Twitter, which please do at Reliving Lights, we retweeted something today that will be highly irrelevant for the most part by the time this episode goes live. By the time this episode goes live, we will know who the president is in 2021. As of this recording, we don't know. The counts are still, which is probably hilarious for those of you listening at home. You remember this time that we didn't know where the count was?
Hopefully it's over.
Things appear to be going in one direction, but I don't want to make that call because
let's not speak that out loud.
Are also very contentious in a lot of ways, so I won't talk about that, but let's just say that the way that things are going, I approve of. But so we retweeted a fella today. I'll give him a shout out. I don't know if I'm pretty sure he isn't a listener, but he did like the retweet that I sent. So his name was Matt Folger. So Matt Folger, and we agree with the message that he sent, but on the caption of his video was Saracen Smash 2024, and that's a ticket that Josh, I'm willing to get behind. We love the Saracen and Smash connection.
Yes.
And frankly, given the two options that we were given this year,
might be sitting a little better.
And Smash is, I want to say, 1 year younger than me IRL, because I was because Smash graduates this year, and it's 07-08, so he's 2 years younger than me. So I'm eligible to run for president should I so desire in 2024. I'm 32 right now, so I'll be 36. So Smash might just come in. Short of it, and Saracen too. So
shoot, I was hoping honestly, the only way I would vote for that is if Saracen's got to be president, right? Like Smash can't be, and so he's not going to be old enough in 2024.
Yeah.
So sorry, Matt Folger.
Shoot.
We just killed your meme.
Sorry, man. But hey, we appreciate the tweet. I laughed out loud when I saw it. I showed it to Angie. We both had a good chuckle, and I private messaged Josh and I said, "Will this go too far if we tweet this? Will we alienate some of our followers at home by retweeting this?" And Josh gave me the go ahead.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, come on, you can think that's funny no matter what your political leanings are.
If you listen to this show, we have a regular segment called Anthony Gets Political. So we will skip that segment this week for the sake of it being timely for the time of recording, but not timely at all for the time of release. But.
Yep. We're gonna respect the process this week.
But we would absolutely vote for Smash Saracen 24, legal or not. It has our blessing.
So Landry goes to meet the brother of the rapist, and Landry goes at the guy.
Yeah, he is way too testy. This is a guy who clearly seems genuinely distraught by his brother's actions. I mean, you look at it like, Josh, you've got siblings, I've got siblings. If either of our siblings were to do something truly atrocious,
yeah,
I think we would, it's a person you love.
Right.
It's your blood relative. I mean, to that point, like, if one of my brothers were to do something terrible, like, they're still my brother. Like, yeah, I would absolutely condemn their actions, but and I the way that they wrote the character too, he seems to be like, listen, what I'm here for is I want to understand why this person that I know and love would do something so terrible.
Right.
And Landry is just an asshole.
Yeah.
To him.
No, yeah, like I said, he goes at him, and I think my theory on why Landry loses his mind is because he doesn't want to hear the fact that the rapist that he killed was a good guy.
Yeah.
Or
he doesn't want him humanized at all.
Yeah, no, he wants him to be a scummy trash, piece of trash that deserved to die, not some older brother who, like this other guy played with and grew up with, and he was a good person. Like, no, he needed to die. So Landry, not a shining moment. He hasn't had many shining moments lately.
No.
So
we love Landry. We don't love this version of it. We hate season 2.
Season 2 Landry sucks. Real bad. Tami's getting ready to go to Bunko, and so Coach initially thought that a night out meant that he was going to get a date and then get some action, but actually, nope, he is not even going to Bunko night. He is staying home to babysit. Staying
home with Gracie Bell.
Yeah, and he's pissed because why can't Shelly babysit? If she's going to be around, she should at least babysit. Then he's questioning why Tami's putting on perfume for a teacher Bunko night. You don't need perfume at a Bunko night for teachers. So still wary of Glenn, I think. Still got his guard
he's
up.
worried about Glenn.
Yeah.
Which if only Coach knew, but I understand how jealousy works. You see, so right. Even though it seems unlikely, you can't get it out of your mind. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Coach is stuck at home with Gracie. Meanwhile, Tim and the roommate. I have never. Do we figure out the roommate's name? I'm sure it's introduced at the beginning.
I only know it because I looked on IMDb. Because I actually submitted quotes for this episode on IMDb because they were so good. But the quote we're about to talk about, which is incredible, did not get accepted by IMDb. They shut me down, and I don't know why. I think maybe it's because I have it in all caps, because sometimes in my notes I put quotes in all caps and I copied and pasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might have to try again. So his name, do you want to know his name?
Yes, please.
It's Guy.
No.
It's Guy. It's Guy. There's like a last name. I can't remember the last name, but his name is Guy.
Okay. So Tim and Guy, I already hate that. I'm just going to continue calling the roommate.
Yep.
Tim and the roommate, they're driving home and they're discussing their love for Roadhouse, which Josh, as you know, is one of my favorite films.
As this podcast knows, we've talked about it.
Yeah, that's true. I did not, once again, a testament to our chemistry. I did not write down this quote, but you obviously did. So Josh, I'll let you take it away.
Roadhouse is the best action movie of the 80s. Hands down. No doubt.
True.
At least action movie. Maybe all time. It's got all the key ingredients. Tim responds, town in need, man searching for his soul, hot sex, fisticuffs, 2 words. Patrick
Swayze.
He's freaking awesome. I know. So they're bonding over Roadhouse and Patrick Swayze, and Anthony gets it.
It really is a brilliant film. It's interesting because the first time that I saw it, I watched it with a friend of the show, Cash Alberta.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Cash.
Cash.
And we watched it like as a bit because I mean, we're talking, this was probably 2004, 2005. We were in high school, and Roadhouse was kind of like a joke movie that you would like, people would joke about like, Roadhouse, it was kind of one of those cult classics, but nothing that anybody took seriously. And I think that status has changed in the last 16 years or whatever it's been.
Sure.
But I remember we watched it and I was like, I kind of love this movie. And now I own the Shout Factory Blu-ray it's a 2K scan. It's one of the best looking Blu-rays that I own, like in the top 5, I would say. Like it looks great. I watched it not too long ago. Josh, you've never seen it, is that correct?
I've seen it. That's correct. Yeah.
As soon as this pandemic is over, we're watching it together. I don't want you to watch it without me.
Fair.
We're gonna watch Roadhouse together, and then we're gonna record an episode of the podcast in person for the first time.
Yes.
But yeah, Roadhouse rules. I love this movie. I love this conversation.
If you were sitting in the middle seat of that truck, you would be enthusiastically participating.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they are headed to the store, and when they get to the store, the roommate has Tim go in and to buy beer, but also pick up some cold medicine.
Yeah. Tim is suspicious by this, but the guy says that
right.
That he feels a cold coming on, so he needs Tim to go in and buy some cold medicine as well.
Meth. It's
we're on it.
Yeah, we're on it. Yeah, as South Dakotans, meth. We're on it.
Matt, meanwhile, back at the Saracen household, he confronts Carlota. Kind of has a, I know you're feeling this too moment.
Come on.
They kiss. They get interrupted by the knock at the door, and
it's about to go down. And
oh yeah, it's about to go down. But who else knocks on the door but Lauren? So she interrupts. So she's bringing him cookies or something.
Yeah, that's right. I got distracted at this point. I'm gonna share my screen with you so you can see the picture that I put in my notes. I don't know if it's been a while since you watched this, so I don't know if you remember what Lauren looks like in this moment. But she has got a real Liv Tyler.
Oh, wow, yeah,
from
I do.
That Thing You Do going on.
Yeah.
So Lauren unknowingly shuts down what is about to go down in the Saracen household between Matt and Carlota. But Carlota feels bad at this point, because Matt's cheerleader girlfriend just showed up as they were about to.
Yeah, I think the reality of it is hitting her, and she's kind of like, I'm macking on this high school boy. His high school girlfriend is here,
Right. How old do you think Carlota is?
Because she's like in nursing school or something, right? Like, so I'd put her like mid-20s at the oldest.
Right. Yeah, I feel like because
she's from Guatemala.
Okay, is she?
Right? I think I want to say Guatemala. So, maybe not the traditional,
right,
American path to nursing school, but maybe because like I know like Angie's got relatives from Honduras that came up to SDSU and were nursing school on the normal schedule. So, let's say 22 to 26.
That's exactly the range that I was kind of thinking there. So Matt is 16, 17, somewhere in there. So yeah, I can see where she might be feeling a little bit guilty and uncomfortable with the situation that she has put herself in. No, I'm not going to say put herself in. I can see how she would be uncomfortable with the situation that they find themselves in.
Yes.
So Coach, meanwhile, at home at the Taylor household, he's had a rough night with Gracie. It's not going well. Tami stumbles in the door, a little drunk.
She had a few at Bunko night.
Yep. Turns out she and Glenn actually won at Bunko night, won $100. And so they went and got a beer on the way home at a bar. This is kind of the last straw for Coach and Glenn.
Yeah, Coach does not like Tami's friendship with Glenn, says it undermines Coach and Tami's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
and that she needs to spend more time thinking about her family.
Yeah. See, now I could understand where Coach was coming from, and even I was with him a little bit, where like you're getting a little too chummy when you're drunk at a bar with another man. Like, as a husband, I would be pretty concerned with that. Like, whoa. Especially when it's freaking Glenn, who is obviously a horn dog.
But also, like, obviously harmless.
Yeah,
I think.
It's not my wife that I'm worried about. It's all the people trying to get in my wife's pants, not me specifically.
I was going to say, Josh, well, maybe if you were in a trusting relationship.
Yeah. So I'm with Coach. I can understand. But when he says the thing about needing to pay more attention to her family, whoa, buddy.
I don't think that there's anybody in the history of the world that thinks about their family more than Tami Taylor, fictional or real.
Yeah. Come on, man. Where do you even start to make that argument?
How dare you, Eric Taylor?
This is Tami Taylor we're talking about.
Yeah.
He gets kicked to the couch.
She has one bunko night out.
So she wants to have a beer with Glenn. It's freaking Glenn.
Get real, dude.
Doesn't go well. She's not happy with that. She's very hurt by that, and rightfully so. So Coach is sleeping on the couch. Lauren leaves over at the Saracen household. She leaves, and Saracen tries to apologize to Carlota through the door.
Knocks on the door.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Matt's got blue balls at this point.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say for sure. Yeah, he's, in between, not a rock and a hard place, but a super attractive girl and another super attractive girl. And then
you just can't get it right.
Static from both sides. One he's denying, and one he's being denied by. So,
man,
I think if I was in Matt's position, I'd cut my losses. And
take what Lauren, you can
what's up? Yeah.
Hey, but spoiler alert, it's gonna pay off for him.
That's true. That's true. You gotta,
you gotta shoot your shot.
You
gotta
shoot your shot. Exactly. You gotta shoot your shot. And Matt shoots a shot.
He sure does.
But back at McNair State,
yeah,
Smash is he's partying more. He verbally commits to the rest of the team.
He's having such a good time.
Yeah.
At the party. Like, listen, yes, I'm in. Let's go. I'm verbally committing. Where are they? It looks like a motel.
Yeah, pool party, right?
But then, outdoor pool party. Later on, when he's running from the scene, it looks like a dorm, like he's running through a dorm.
Maybe no, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's like a school funded apartment building that has a pool. Does that make sense? Like,
maybe. Yeah,
they have those, right? Like school funded apartments or school associated apartments.
Yeah.
So I think it could be like a school associated apartment.
Sure.
That one of the football players is in because he's got that football pass.
Right.
And so it's the big time one, and it's got the pool. He finds a nice young lady and brings.
Well, they tell him to find something you like. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. But yeah.
Objectification, folks. We don't like to see it.
I would also like to point out that the lady that he likes appears to be a 30-year-old woman in a bikini by the pool. McNair State, I don't know, must have a very heavy non-traditional student population.
Or just maybe people looking more mature than they are. Who's to say?
I work at a college and
right, yeah, that's
2 decades.
But you know what? You know what the interesting thing is that I've found.
Yeah,
and correct me if I'm wrong. But even I feel like if you don't know people, I think generations have like a particular look. There's something to it, like because I feel like the people that when we were in elementary school, and of course we knew, but like the people that were in high school at the time, like are eternally, feel old. Like they looked older at that time,
right?
Then I feel like we looked when we were in high school. And I feel like that seems, I think there's something to it. Like, I think you look at somebody at that period and they seem like they're maybe our age, but maybe it's, I don't know.
I'm picking up what you're trying.
I don't have enough juice for this theory, but I think there's something to it because it is something that I've thought about before.
Yeah.
That I think that because I mean I look at kids now that are in high school that I don't even know, and I'm like they look so much younger than I did when I was in high school. Like it seems
right.
like it, right?
I think there's something to this. Yeah.
I think there's something to it. So maybe they seem like they're 30 at that time because they're 30 now. Right. I don't know. There might not be enough. This theory might not hold enough water to go somewhere, but
yeah, no, I like it. I'm with you. Let's keep sussing it out as we go. But yeah, so he sees what appears to be a 30-year-old woman in a bikini by the pool. You're gonna assume she's at McNair State. Yeah.
Look at okay, let's use an example right now of a guy who was like a teen movie classic of our era.
Yep.
Ethan Embry. You know who I'm talking about? He was Rusty Griswold in Vegas Vacation. Okay. He was in I Can't Hardly Wait.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
You look at that guy. When he was 18, he didn't look 18 to me. Like when I look at him, I go, him at 18 is older than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's something generational about. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I think there's something generational about the way people look. That, I mean, when he was playing teenagers, he looked older. Maybe likely he was.
Right.
But
I like it. Sorry, I'm just looking at pictures of
I appreciate it. No, I think there's something to that. I know that he was in the season 2 of the Twilight Zone reboot, which I have not watched yet. I'm gonna go all out once The Stand hits CBS All Access. I'm gonna do 1 month of CBS All Access. Yep. I'm gonna watch The Stand and season 2 of the Twilight Zone and watch it all and cancel it.
Nice.
Because I did watch season 1. I subscribed stupidly to CBS All Access for 2 months to watch because they aired it week by week of the first season of the Twilight Zone. And I love the Twilight Zone. We've talked about this in the show.
Yeah.
And I love Jordan Peele also. And I'll be honest with you, not impressed with the first season of the Twilight Zone reboot, but I do intend to watch season 2, and I do intend to watch the Stand remake because I am very excited about the Stand reboot. I wish that it would have happened the way that it was supposed to. It was supposed to be Ben Affleck was supposed to direct like a 2-part movie.
Really?
Which I think would have been awesome.
Wow.
But I think CBS All Access they have some chops. I'm still looking forward to what they've got planned.
I'll have to try and read it. I don't think I read it back in the day.
You will dig in. Like I know it seems daunting from because it's a 1,200 page book.
Right.
But once you get going, you find yourself. I remember when I was reading that book, in the middle of it, it was Hobo Day, and it was it was Hobo Week, and it was like Wednesday night at 10 p.m. and I was like, flipping pages, man. That book is so good. It's
You're saying it was Abe Wines at Sunshine with a Harry Potter book situation.
Yes, absolutely.
Sitting in the car eating canned tuna, reading Harry Potter while the concerts were happening.
Yep.
Second, that thing you do reference, Ethan Embry also was in that movie.
I was pretty sure he was in that movie, but I didn't want to. I thought that I was bringing things full circle with that one, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was a teen movie king when we were young. He was in everything.
Rita Wilson was also in that. Oh, with Tom.
Of course she was. It was directed by Tom Hanks.
Were they married at the time?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, I don't know the history of their relationship.
They've been married forever.
Gotcha. I love that movie.
Frasier's mom, Rita Wilson.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
She plays Frasier's mom?
Yeah, like in old footage sequences and stuff because she's dead by the time that the show is. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. I can think of that now.
Yep. It was just over a year ago that I finished Frasier, I'm pretty sure. And I'm already I think I might watch it again. Really,
right? Yeah.
Great show. Anyway.
Yeah, let's keep going here. Let's see. Okay.
So, Smash finds a lady who may or may not be 30 years old.
This is like the third start we've got into this, but yep.
So Smash finds the lady, takes her, or she takes him back to her apartment / dorm
/ motel. We don't know.
We're not sure. And they're getting down. Shirts are coming off.
Yep.
And all of a sudden there's a knock at the door.
Can I just say, in the middle of all of this, when they're like taking off clothes and things are getting real heavy, she says, "Let me see your tummy."
Does she? I did not.
She says, "Let me see your tummy," in the middle of it. What? Weird.
She's definitely not 30 years old. Steals it.
Yeah. I just wrote that down and then I wrote weird. But yeah, there's an angry knocking at the door. It's Cottrell. He's huge. He's angry. And apparently he is dating this particular woman.
Yeah. So he chases Smash out in his boxers.
Yeah. He doesn't have time to put on any more clothes. He just takes off.
He somehow must have managed to either find, this is 2007, so he may have found a payphone or must have had time to grab his cell phone.
Right, yeah.
Because the next morning, he's under a bridge. And
yeah, like an underpass.
Yeah, the sun's coming up, and here comes Matt in his new car that Lauren helped him buy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Uh-huh.
Yep, and he shows up. He picks up Smash, who's still in his boxers,
yeah,
under a bridge in the middle. How Saracen even found this place?
It must have been he must have had a cell phone because how else would he find him? Because it's not like it's hardly even on a road. It seems like.
But that being said, like you'd think you get a scene where Smash is like, "Yeah, do you see me?" But Smash is like under the bridge, like just
like
waiting.
Slumped over. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how that exactly happened, but
Smash is under the bridge. He's had a rough night. He's still in his boxers, and Matt shows up and saves the day. The Matt Saracen and Smash connection is very much back on.
Yeah. Matt says, "How's your visit? Seriously, was it like Cabo in your pants?" On the way home, Matt asks Smash if there's a good way to break up with someone. And Smash tells him he's never actually broken up with anyone before. His trick is just to ask the girl for an open relationship, and he lets those words do the work.
Yeah, he says, I just say, I want an open relationship, and then they just break up with me.
Which I'm going to take a little issue with this.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the episode that released today, as of this recording, if you go back, Waverly actually asked for an open relation or gave him the hall pass for basically an open relationship, and he turned it down, and then Waverly just like disappears at that point.
Maybe that's where Smash got the inspiration from.
Oh, so It wasn't because he has broken up with people that way. It's because
he learned it from Waverly. Open your third eye.
Yeah, but he wasn't offended by it. He just didn't want it. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, we don't know what happened to Waverly.
We don't.
Something happened off screen in the summer, I guess. So something must have happened there that didn't work out, and it caused Smash to go,
Maybe he turned down that first hall pass, and then they got like back together, and were serious. And then later in the summer, he was like, "Listen, about that hall pass.
Remember how I didn't take advantage of that before?
Can I maybe cash that in?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Shelly is consoling Julie back at the Taylor house. Julie won't talk to Tami. Tami says that she doesn't need a mediator to talk to her daughter. I don't know. Maybe you can remember this better. I have better notes. I don't really.
Yeah. Well, what I've written down is that Shelly tells Tami that maybe Tami went too far with the Noah thing, which to an extent, I think the only way that she didn't go too far was that she didn't close the door.
Yeah.
I think the only way that she went too far, and I don't think that maybe she expected herself to go as far as she did in that conversation. And that's probably why she left the door open. But I got some hiccups coming on. Hold on. Yeah. But Tami, who this is maybe one of the worst Tami moments in the series. Tami's not winning MVP of this episode.
No, not great.
Although I will still nominate her. She's a little bit upset at Shelley for taking Julie's word and not getting her side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And Shelley says, listen, why don't you maybe put yourself in Julie's shoes? Because what Julie knows is she had this adult who she looked up to, who was giving her these recommendations, and that's where before Noah went into full on creep mode in front of Tami, I feel like I had teachers who were recommending books to me that were, whatever, that maybe took an interest in my interests and maybe wanted to push it in that way. And in a mentor situation, that I was like, oh yeah, maybe. And like I said, before Noah went into creep mode and full creep mode on Tami, it was basically like, what I'm doing is perfectly legal. Try and fight me on this, and not good. So I to an extent see where Shelley is coming from, especially having only heard Julie's side, of everything. But yeah, I can see where Shelley's coming from. I'm not sure if Shelley is homeless at this point. She's been staying with the Taylors a long time, and she's in the next episode too. This is a very extended vacation.
Yeah, what is she doing there?
Dillon, Texas.
Yeah, we don't really know. But Tami does drop the bomb in there that, hey, you weren't there and you're not a mom, which seems to be a tender
bit of a dig. Of a dig.
Yeah. And Tami does acknowledge when Shelley says, if our mom would have done that to you, how have you felt? And Tami does say, yeah, I would have been mortified.
Yeah, which is a fair point on Shelley's end. Meanwhile, we've got a Bible study going on. Lyla and her Bible study crew.
Yes.
Landry is a cafeteria seat away. I'm not sure what he's doing in there because the cafeteria is otherwise empty.
I have it that it's the diner, but that's maybe just my default. Diner?
Okay.
I think so, because Julie was at home and then we cut to...
Listen, folks, we both listened to this episode over a week ago, or we both watched this episode over a week ago. So
yeah, in my notes it says diner. As to what he's doing there, I have in my notes that what he's doing is, quote, sitting there looking sad. So that's what he's doing.
I swear that it was in the cafeteria, but who knows? Either way, it's in an eating establishment. Lyla is in Bible study with her Bible study folks. Landry is a table away and clearly listening from a distance. He's clearly like looking at them, trying to hear what they're saying. Lyla notices this. She says that it looks like he could use some company. Landry admits that he has a secret that's eating him up. Lyla says there's nothing wrong with telling the truth.
Right. Yeah. She encourages him to tell the truth and come clean. He also asks her, are you a good Christian or a bad Christian, Lyla Garrity? Which is, just another look into how kind of eaten up Landry is feeling right now from the guilt and the lies and the shame and the murder and all that.
Pop quiz.
Hit it.
Does Lyla Garrity vote for Trump?
Ooh.
I think so for sure. Yeah,
because she is like...
She's part of a particular brand of Christianity.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. She's brainwashed by an extremely evangelical style of church, it seems like.
For sure.
The who she is at her core, I'm not sure that she would have.
Right.
But where she's at this point in the series.
2007, Lyla is a Trump supporter for sure. We don't know what growth she has in the next 13 years. But
right. Yeah. 2020, who knows?
Should Trump be running in 2007, God forbid, Lyla's voting for him.
What was Trump doing in 2007?
Hosting The Apprentice, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Had to have been. So, back at campus, Matt decides to have a talk with Lauren.
Oh, yes, he does.
As Smash watches from a distance. This is the first of 2 in the next 2 episodes, scenes that we get of people watching from a distance to see how things go. And we'll talk about that in the next episode. But
yeah,
Smash watches from a distance like hilariously. Like the way that they shoot it is just so funny to me.
He's like peeking and creeping.
Yeah.
But Matt, Lauren is talking in a group with a bunch of girls, and Matt just kind of walks up and blurts out, "Hi." I put like 6 eyes in my note. He's like super hi. But in the middle of a busy hall at school, he asks her if she wants to have an open relationship.
Yeah, she obviously doesn't take it well. She breaks up with him on the spot.
Plan worked.
I
guess.
That's all you can say.
Yeah, but Lauren's not happy for sure.
Yeah, there's no if the thing with Carlota doesn't work out. Matt's
that bridge is burned.
Yeah,
there's no going back.
No backup. Sorry, Matt. Should have been more of a scumbag.
What you get for taking lady advice from Smash?
Yeah.
At Tim's house,
Smash is the good guy in this situation, which is real.
Is he though?
Well, no, nobody's a good guy. All right, nobody's a good guy.
At Tim's current housing situation, he gets a little curious about the camper that is parked in their backyard. So he goes and checks it out. Turns out it's a super junky meth lab.
Yes.
That guy has going there. So it's kind of dawning on him what is going on.
Yeah. Things are even more shady than they already were. Yeah. Living with the guy who has 2 pet ferrets, has mutton chops, unironically. He's hanging out in his underwear on the regular. Like, this guy is an obvious not good dude.
No.
Nothing that he's doing is on the up and up.
The ferrets are probably the biggest warning to me.
They seal the deal for sure.
They're a weird animal. They're like a weasel, but
it's interesting because when I was in high school, I always thought ferrets were like a really sleek animal. I always really wanted a pet ferret.
Yeah, I think I did too.
I always thought ferrets were cool as hell, and I had a pet hedgehog for 3 years, and I think that's a comparable pet, like a cool, exotic, uncommon pet.
Yes.
So like I see the appeal of the ferret, but when you include the 2 ferrets and they're Roscoe and Coltrane, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it. Yep.
So you got the 2 ferrets, you got the unironic mutton chops, you got the hanging out in underwear unironically. Like you get maybe one of those 3 to be a normal dude.
Yeah, choose one of those guys.
Maybe.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to throw a meth lab on top of all of that.
Right. Yeah. This guy's bad news.
He's got about 4 deal breakers in that list for sure.
So Tim finds a meth lab. Guy catches him and says, "It's a good thing you're a cool dude. Otherwise, I'd have to kill you."
Yeah.
And kind of chuckles, but you can kind of tell that he's
like, ha ha ha, I'm joking, but I'm really not, and I actually will kill you for sure. So Tim like runs away from there and shows up at practice in full gear. Coach is ticked, tells him to get the hell off his damn field, and Tim's still trying to work his way back on the team.
Yeah, Tim he shows up in full pads, which I think is great. I don't know where he got his pads or practice jersey back, but
yeah,
it's anybody's guess. He instead apologizes personally to Firecrotch.
Right.
A player that he doesn't know who's number 46.
Yep.
Smash, Matt, and then everyone else.
Right. Definitely a quote of the week nomination in all of this. 2-0. You know, to be honest, I know you try and sleep with a lot of girls that I've previously slept with, so I just left town for a bit to give you a break, you know. 7. You lose that virginity yet? Saracen says, we're good, man. It's good to have you back. Riggins, I apologize to everyone here. If you could find it within yourselves to let me make it up to you in the showers, I'd appreciate it.
A great Tim Riggins moment.
Definitely. Coach says his penance isn't paid, but he can go ahead and go take his spot. So Tim's back on the team.
Back at the Taylor household, Tammy's alone at home. Coach arrives. Tammy says that she needs a friend at work and that Glenn has been that friend for her. She needs somebody who she can laugh with and gossip with at work, which I think is fair.
Yep.
And we, as the audience, you and I know that Glenn is of no threat to Coach Taylor.
Yeah.
Coach sort of admits that he's jealous of Glenn.
Kind of, yeah.
It was a very half-assed admittance. But he does say that he missed Tammy.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a very honest, self-aware moment. I actually thought it was a really good moment of their relationship because, yeah, Coach says it's not about Glenn. It's the fact he says it's not about Glenn. I don't give a damn about Glenn. He just says that he's the one that's supposed to be yucking it up in the hallways. You know, he's the one that's supposed to be her friend and he misses her and stuff like that. So I thought it was a nice Coach and Tammy moment of kind of working through their crap, getting down to the root of everything and being honest with their relationship. So Coach, he kind of acted like a dummy through the whole thing, but I feel like
we kind of see where he's coming from, but we also see where Tammy's coming.
Yeah. They got to the heart of the issue, which I think is
what we love about the Coach and Tammy relationship. We see them fight through these potentially difficult situations that we see from both sides, but they don't.
Right.
So
that's any relationship, right? Like I'm going to be a dummy sometimes. Lindsay's going to be a dummy sometimes. Sometimes we're going to be dummies at the same time, but it's about getting
Angie's
to the heart of the
issue. Angie's going to be an idiot. I am perfect. I'm never an idiot.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to you. That's true. So, I can see how this would be hard for you to wrap your mind around.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's Greek to me, but
you're self-aware enough to know that other people
might
have these issues. So, for sure. In the Saracen house, Carlota is folding laundry when Matt comes home. He tells her that he broke up with Lauren and she was really nice and really hot and he has no reason not to like her.
He's not wrong.
He's right, but he can't stop thinking about Carlota. So he goes into his room. Carlota follows him in there.
Knock at the door. She comes in and they kiss and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, they start getting after a little bit. Start the traditional indie song ending scene.
Yes, we do have a music cue here. I made a resolution by Seawolf.
Yep, I looked it up because I liked it.
I Shazammed it. I also dug it. Yeah.
We see Landry heading into the police station to turn himself in to end the episode.
Yeah, he says, I did it. The guy, whatever his name is, the guy who died, the body you found.
Yeah, we don't know.
I killed him.
Right. And that's it. Roll credits. Play some explosions in the sky. The episode is over. So we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back with an in-depth look at our characters. All right, welcome back. Let's talk some Coach and Tami to start off with. Yeah, they're going through some ups and downs in this episode for sure.
Yeah, for up to this point, a pretty big challenge in Coach and Tami's relationship. Maybe the biggest up to this point.
Yeah.
That
Glenn.
And who would have thought it'd be Glenn, who is on the Goofus Maloofus scale. He is Matt Saracen or higher.
He might, boy. Matt Saracen might be on a Glenn trajectory with his life if he stays on the path he's on.
No, he's been involved with too many smoke shows at this point.
That's true. Yeah. Glenn has not experienced that in his lifetime.
To our knowledge, but also for sure not.
He seems weirdly confident with Tami Taylor, though, who is...
That's true.
Definitely a smoke show.
Oh, yeah.
To say the least. So yeah, but anyway, Coach and Tami, the fact that Glenn is coming between them just goes to show that even the most idolized, perceived perfect relationships like Coach and Tami can be, knocked off course a little bit by something as silly as Goofus Maloofus Glenn, right?
Exactly.
If it can happen to Coach and Tami with Glenn, it can happen to anybody. So
true.
Give yourself some grace, all you people out there in relationships. You struggle, you persevere, you get to the heart of the matter, and you move on. Coach and Tami, I do feel like at the end of this episode, they're in an okay place.
For sure. Yeah, they're doing fine.
Yep. Matt, as we mentioned, still a Goofus Maloofus, but somehow managing to juggle two ladies, but no, he's failing at the juggling.
I kind of would have loved to have seen a world in which he would have tried to juggle both. But I do have to give him credit for being listen, I won't go into detail, but I've been in a situation where maybe had one girl and another, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I did go through with the I didn't try to tell her I wanted an open relationship, but
yeah,
I broke up with one for another, and it didn't exactly work out so hot.
Dang.
So credit to Matt Saracen for, I think, having a heart to at least realize, hey, if I'm going to be involved with one girl, I should break up with another.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So I got to give him credit for that, because I tried the same thing. It didn't exactly work out at one point in my life. But no, I got to give credit for Matt to at least, to reach out to Smash and say, hi, how do I handle this? And I definitely wouldn't have handled it in the same way that he did.
Yeah.
But good on him for making that call.
Yeah, the trajectory that he was on was we were going to have an episode where Matt accidentally has 2 dates to the winter formal, and he's going to have to juggle it. So I'm glad.
Friday Night Lights would have become Three's Company very quickly.
Yeah. So we avoided that. And yeah, I guess
something to be thankful for sure.
Yeah. Ultimately, it works out for Matt.
Yeah, you got Carlota, which once again, and well, no, I won't get into my situation. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Tim Riggins.
Yeah, man, he's in a place, he made his decision to leave Billy's home.
Right.
Which is understandable, because if I was in this situation, I'd try to find someone else too. I don't know that I would have moved in with Guy, Roscoe, and Coltrane, but he's in I think a situation that he's found himself in, that he's kind of maybe in a how did I get in this place situation, but he is there, and he's going through a tough one.
Yeah.
He's going through it.
I feel like Tim has lived his life in hard situations, but the severity of the situation, even for Tim Riggins, is like, this is too much, man.
It's a lot. It's
like,
a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you start getting meth labs in the picture, that's when you know.
You got to duck out. Yeah, it's time to gracefully exit. And yeah.
Yeah. So Tim is in a tough spot. Doesn't really have anywhere. The kid's homeless, so what you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, to me, the logical situation is just go home to Billy's home and just say, hey, I messed up. But when you're 17 and have a lot of pride,
yeah,
and you're Tim Riggins, and your brother's dating your ex 35-year-old girlfriend,
mom,
with a child. Yeah.
Yep.
That's not maybe not an easy move to make. So.
Yep. As usual, a lot of understanding and sympathy for Tim Riggins.
Yes.
Tough
but love.
Anyone else that we need to talk about here?
Maybe a little bit of Smash.
Yeah.
Who goes to McNair's State, is living it up, having the best high school student at a college tour experience ever.
All your wildest dreams come true situation. Humbled pretty quick.
Down to, I mean, I even think if you're a 17-year-old guy and you come back to any high school and you say, hey, listen, I partied like this so hard that I woke up under a bridge and I had to have QB1 come pick me up, however far away it was.
Yeah, right.
I think if you're Smash, if you're Anthony Hookman, you're counting that as hey, we can laugh about this.
Yeah.
Even a few days later. Maybe at the time you're going, geez, what have I got myself into? But maybe a few weeks later you're going, God, that's hilarious. What
Yeah, that's a war story you're excited to tell.
Exactly.
If that's Anthony Hookman, I'm getting a call at about 11:30 on a Saturday morning. It's Anthony. Well, he's got a story to tell.
If that's 23-year-old Anthony Hookman, then you're correct. If that's 32-year-old Anthony Hookman,
no,
maybe not so much.
No, yeah, I'm talking.
But no, for sure, 23, 24, 25-year-old Anthony Hookman, you're getting that call. No question about it.
For sure.
I still have chuckles about some of the shenanigans that I got myself into.
Yeah. So Smash, humbled, but overall, had the college experience that he was hoping for, but I'm not sure that it necessarily lived up to what he. How do you explain? I don't know. How do you say that? Because
let me put it this way. Did he have a good time? Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Does he go to McNair State after this?
Definitely not.
No, he does not. I think there's no better way to put it than that.
Yeah. Cottrell, in fact, we didn't mention it, but Cottrell tells him to let the coach know that he's had a change of heart and he's found somewhere else. So not an option for the Smash, McNair State. Anybody else worth thinking about here?
I think that covers all the necessary bases.
All right, let's take a little break. We'll dole out some awards here to wrap up our episode. All right, Coach Taylor inspirating. We always start with that. How do we feel about Coach this week?
I think Coach hits a pretty low point. He's jealous of Glenn.
Right.
Not his proudest moment. We get a loss coming into the episode, 37-0, which is a pretty commanding really loss.
That's real bad.
He gives a speech, but it's pretty much, I hate all of you. I'm upset with all of you. You messed up.
Yeah.
It's not a great episode for Coach. I'm going to put him at like a 2.
I think that's fair. I do think we need to give him a little credit for like being real and honest and authentic at the end. With
he comes back for sure.
But yeah, not much. So I think a 2 is spot on for Coach. Man, Julie Taylor.
She's got to be in the positives for sure this week, only for blowing up on Tami about Noah.
Right. Yeah.
And like we said, and even Angie's on the Julie hated me to train.
Right. Yeah, that's right. We've turned the
her
corner.
Own volition, so
we've turned the corner on that. Julie is just feeding right into this guy's hands, which I guess we don't really want to put that all on Julie. This is definitely on the creepy,
for sure,
7-year-old dude. Yeah. But yeah, not good, and not good for blowing up at her mom, who is trying to keep her from whatever Noah has in mind. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what do you think? Like maybe 3, 4, somewhere in there?
I'm gonna say 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good score.
Not as bad as it gets, but for sure something to be said about it.
Yep. Big Rig beer tally, nothing going this week, right?
No, they went hunting. They had beers. I had 3.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I didn't write it down, but that's a good, yep. I apologize. 3 beers.
Yeah, I've got 3, and I didn't write any extra notes about it because I think there might have been some liquor involved, and I think I was maybe thinking some way, but I counted 3 beers. So.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna. Yeah, we're gonna trust you on that. I dropped the ball in the Big Rig beer tally this week, so 3 for Riggs this episode. Man, what do we have for Buddy? Did we have any Buddy?
I don't think Buddy was in this episode. I think we might not have a Buddy Garrity sleazeball moment this week because nothing involving Santiago, nothing involving anything. I don't have the word Buddy written down this entire episode.
No. Do we want to give an honorary sleazeball move of the week to anybody else? Anybody else being sleazy? I mean, Matt is trying to juggle a couple ladies.
Yeah.
So
I think we maybe give it to Matt. Maybe Glenn, maybe Matt.
Oh, let's give it to Glenn.
Let's give it to Glenn. Yeah. Maxing, relaxing on Tami's couch.
So this week's Buddy Garrity sleazeball move of the week goes to Glenn eating a burger in Tami's office.
And trying to clean off her dress as Coach comes in.
Yeah, come on, bro. Notable music cues. We Shazammed that one. I made a resolution by Seawolf. That was a nice little tune.
Yeah, that was a good song.
All right, our quote of the episode. What would you like to submit?
I did not have anything written down, but I think you had a few, so I'm going to leave this to you.
Okay, yes, I do have a couple. I submitted 2 to IMDb. If you look on IMDb, one of those is the one that's there.
I'm on my way there right now.
That's Tim Riggins apologizing to the team. Is one of the one that I submitted that was accepted.
That's real.
So that's a nomination, but I think we got to go with the whole Roadhouse exchange.
Oh yeah, for sure.
2 words: Patrick
Swayze.
Yep.
I think. I wish you would have included the fire crotch part of the apology. Yeah, because I did love that he was like, I don't remember what he even said, but I did write down the first person he apologizes to is
fire crotch.
Fire crotch.
I believe that leads us to our overall episode rating. So what are we feeling about this one?
Yeah, I think this is it's pretty average.
It's fine, right?
For an Lights episode, like maybe like a mid 6.
I think I'm fine with that. We haven't gone super low.
We haven't ever gone lower than a 6 to my knowledge. Maybe we could go like a high 5. Do you want to go a high 5 on this one?
I think that's fair. I do.
All right.
And again, okay, just to give perspective, like 5 would be just a fine episode of TV, right?
Yeah.
We're talking Friday Night Lights. So yes, it exists in mostly the 7 to 9 zone with the occasional mud bowl, right? But so 5, we're not trying to say it's bad.
No.
It's just
we're ranking on like an average TV.
Right.
Like this is listen, I've wasted an hour of television on a lot worse than this.
For sure. All right. So we're gonna give this one a 5. We're gonna wrap things up here for the week.
MVP of the episode. We've been very inconsistent. You got to add that to your sheet.
All right, I got mine. I think I've got a little bit of a unconventional nomination here.
I kind of have an unconventional nomination too.
Okay, all right.
My nomination is Smash Williams.
Ooh, not my unconventional nomination. Tell me, make your case for Smash.
Smash has a great weekend at college, McNair State.
Having a good time.
Has a lot of laughs. Him waking up waiting for Matt to come under the bridge, under the overpass.
Yeah.
Is a great moment. Him getting, having his interactions with the school bully. I can't remember his name.
Cottrell.
Both in the weight room and in
bedroom.
Bedroom. Him peeking around the corner as Matt makes the case for a open relationship with Lauren. Yeah. I think there's a lot of great Smash moments in this episode.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not only Smash as a character, but Smash as like an entertainment for us as the viewer. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with Matt Saracen on this one. Matt finds himself in a difficult situation with a couple of ladies that he has interest in both and definitely could, enjoy the company of either. But he goes with his heart in this situation. And yeah, he bumbles around a little bit. He makes some mistakes, but he knows what he wants. And he is not going to try and play both sides of this situation. And then not only in the midst of his own lady problems, he finds the time to drive down to McNair State and bring Smash some clothes, pick him up, bring him back home. Like, that takes a true friend for sure.
That's a fair point.
So, I'm going to go with my nomination for MVP of the episode is going to be Matt Saracen.
I'm saying Smash Williams is the MVP of the week. You're saying Matt Saracen is the MVP of the week.
I am. So I think the difference here is Smash Williams, the nomination is for entertainment value and comedic situations. Like it's just fun to watch Smash run through the dorm and whatnot in his boxers and all that, and be reminded of our own shenanigans back in the day. I think where Matt is coming from, my nomination for Matt, where that's coming from is more of a, I don't want to say character because he's definitely has juggling two girls, but like being a good friend, all that, trying to do the right thing with the ladies. So we're kind of coming from different angles here.
All right, well, let me say this in defense of me. So if you go back and listen to the episode, I nominated Smash before Josh nominated Matt. And so I think you need to take into account that I said all these great things and I was ahead considerably. And then all of a sudden, Josh magically comes out with Matt. I think we need to stop the count. Because I said mine first. What Josh said is illegal. It was an illegal vote. Stop the count. Call Smash Williams as the MVP of the episode. I'm going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court. These jokes will be irrelevant by the time the episode airs.
This whole structure was your idea. You set this up in this way. And now, you are railing against it. So,
I jokes aside, I do think Matt's a good nomination. I'm willing to concede, and I'll give it to Matt.
All right, I think that's fair. There's no clear MVP of this episode, so
no.
Yeah. Well,
I think what we do going forward is we each nominate one. We come to a conclusion. We put up our arguments, and I think you did put up a better argument for Matt Saracen. Yeah. So I will concede to you. Sometimes we'll probably both nominate the same person.
Yep.
And we'll come to an agreement. But I think there's something to this.
Okay.
So
yep, I like it. A little bit different. All right. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Reliving the Lights, Friday Night Lights Rewatch podcast.
Those of you listening to this are in the well-known by now Second Civil War, so stay safe out there. Thank you for listening. Shout out to our listeners in the West Indies.
Yeah. Hope you guys aren't getting sucked into this, but I don't know. Might be unavoidable at this point. So
Puerto Rico for statehood 2021. Let's do this. Everybody wants it except for people that would lose electoral votes. So let's leave it at that. No taxation without representation. It's in the Constitution, I'm pretty sure.
That seems pretty fair. That seems like a good concept. Follow us on Twitter. If you're into Facebook,
Reliving Lights.
I don't know.
We might both be done with Facebook at that point. I know we're halfway there and I'm about to complete it. So
yeah, if you're into Facebook, maybe don't. Maybe just delete your account. And
you may see that there's a Reliving the Lights page, but neither of the moderators are still there. Don't take it over. Don't
don't claim it.
Yeah, we can't have that. Who knows what you could do with that?
That's it. We will catch you next week for another episode.
Thanks for listening as always. God bless.
Let's touch God this time, boys. Let's touch God.